those are the numbers. Very little between these two, as you can see. What will determine a win here tonight? Difficult to say. But someone is going to work out how to take the crown from the other player here. 3 5-minute rounds, contested under KSW MMA rules. Filip Wolański in red takes on Filip Pejic in blue.
For me, it starts on the feet. I'm going to be really curious to see how the first 2 minutes play out. I think that Wolański's going to want to use that technical reach and movement, setting up the kicks. For Pejic, he's going to drop his hands just a little bit, look for those power shots from the outside because he is at a reach disadvantage here.
Pejic, beautiful boxer. Look at the stance, look at the movement. Off that front foot, stands very, very loose guard, but tight enough to stop problems. And just look at the ability to close distance. Just a little feint here, a little feint there, and looking to pop in maybe a right hand first or a left hand. Wolański on his bike, but then comes into the center of the ring to deliver some payload.
Alrighty, the windmilling of the hands just a little bit from Pejic. This is very typical. I'm seeing Wolański working the outer, say, 2/3 of the ring, and trying to move him up to the wire. Maybe the clinch is in the cards.
Oh, both very respectful, both very aware of what the other one's capable of. And as I say, no real rush here to go to the mat. Wolański looking maybe to land a bit more hench and power behind his shot, but Pejic happy to pepper away, land shots, and keep Wolański guessing. That's a lovely left hand. Didn't quite connect, but it went straight through Main Street. Ah, nice high kick. We're seeing a Mawashigeri coming up here. This is going to be technical, Chris.
This has been good so far from Wolański. He's aggressive, but not too aggressive. He's staying in the headlights. He's making sure he holds position. You can almost see him moving laterally around that outside space, the sort of 2/3 of the ring he's controlling.
Pejic looking to close it down. A little linked up combination there that just gave us a taster of what Pejic can do once he lets the hands loose. Nice little Ashibarai, takes the front leg away with a sweep. And Wolański still trying to work it out.
But he's cutting Pejic off so far. That's the difference. Pejic has those hands and he kind of throws the shots from odd angles, whereas you can see Wolański has a much more disciplined guard. Touch of gloves. Both guys are scoring some points here. Starting to open up a little bit, but it's been a tentative first round.
So we're halfway through so far. Well, Pejic goes for an attempt at a double leg takedown. Wolański smiles, it was never going to happen. Big overhand from Pejic. But Wolański, such a technical boxer. Takes a low leg kick.
It's not the first 2 punches that Pejic is going to throw. It's going to be 3, 4, 5. He's a combinations guy, and he's very, very elusive. I'm not seeing as much movement from him as we often see, probably because he knows he's facing a striker, so it's kind of whose game will prevail here. Yeah, he showed the takedown, but I don't think either guy wants to go there thus far. I would have thought, or at least presumed, that we would have seen that on display from Wolański if he was interested. But for now, he just wants to cut Pejic off. There we go.
Very purposeful in his work here, Wolański. There's definitely some joined up machinations going on in the mind of Wolański. He's got a plan. Pejic looks a little bit more freelance today, and you know, you can see he's still trying to work this one out. We've got 1 minute left in this first round. So far, Wolański joined up fighting here. And Pejic kind of making it up as he goes along.
But so far, Wolański hasn't really taken much of the bait so far. On the flip side, Wolański's been happy for, I don't want to say a boring first round, but a somewhat hesitant first round. There's the shot. Pejic showed it earlier. With under 60 seconds on the clock, I think his corner would have called for it. That was one question I had. Who's going to go to that takedown?
Wolański saw it coming, so did we. But still, Pejic just making life slightly more difficult for Wolański. Just keeping him on his toes. He comes in so fast, though, with the power shots. He's got the meat on the bone with that right hand. And if he lands this, well, Wolański in all kinds of trouble. But the boxing skills, which we're seeing dissipated just a little bit now. He's just a little bit off his toes, Wolański, towards the end of this first round. Just a little less bounce in his work.
It seems that Wolański's game plan may have been just to make Pejic work. See what he's got, do the dance, take 5 minutes of data, and then get back to your corner and then open up in the second. Pejic was throwing some different stuff. You saw even a front leg side kick there at the end. He has those moves, but he couldn't rule with autonomy like we often see when he stands with guys, because Wolański stayed disciplined. He stayed tight, he cut him off. Intriguing round.
Yeah, Wolański's too bright a fighter to be standing there waiting to take that payload. You know, Pejic is a big hitter, but we see them coming. Maybe on another day with another fighter you can land those shots, but look at how Wolański's making him miss. And, well, the power's there, and if he was a joined-up fighter, Pejic would be dropping those low kicks to try and take the bounce out of the work of Wolański, but he's not. He keeps coming in and slugging, and he's missing.
Both guys have landed with that left hook. Pejic cracked him at least twice. You saw one from Wolański there. The right cross is missing for both guys predominantly. We saw some nifty outside slips. There's a lot going on in this fight, and that's the challenge of preparing for another great striker in MMA.
Well, we go to round two, which is a bit of a novelty here at KSW 48, dubbed the night of finishes. It's Filip Wolański fighting out of red, and Filip Pejic fighting out of blue. Pejic from Zagreb, Croatia. Of course, Croatia, the home of some great kickboxers. He's up against a great kickboxer in Wolański. A little bit of a stumble and a slip there, but both fighters showing some great hands and some great boxing skills, but no one yet landing anything significant that would separate these two. Going into the second round, I've got this even Stevens.
Wolański looks a little bit more urgent now. So too does Pejic. Nice 2-3 there from Wolański, but Pejic just out of range. But here's the hesitancy. That's kind of that moment where you're looking for either guy to make a decision and commit to something. Both guys want to counter here.
Exactly. Wolański's very much coming to my parlor, said the spider to the fly. And Pejic wants to. Pejic wants to drop that load, but he's smart enough to know that that's where he goes into a world of pain. That's a sharp takedown, but he paid, and paid very, very badly for the mistake for going in with his head up.
Left hands are landing. It wasn't super hard. There was a good jab from Wolański, a left hook from both guys. There we go.
And the crowd give it up for Ushiro Miwashigeri. The reverse spinning back kick, beautifully executed, but didn't land. And now we're seeing something different from Pejic. Up goes the Miwashigeri, he lands it, and look at him now, in that mount position, unloading payload on Wolański. We are in a world of pain here, as this looks like another finish. It's all over! It's a knockdown! Filip Pejic with the high Miwashigeri. Oh, we haven't seen that since the days of K1. Boom! That was a license to thrill. Chris, fire in the hole!
It started with that 360 wheel kick. He cracked him. I mean, Wolański had his guard up, but his corner went bananas. They knew that they'd rocked him. Just because you cover with a 4-ounce glove doesn't mean the impact doesn't have consequences. After that, man, he just swarmed on him, hit him with a high kick. You mentioned it, Will. That forced the finish. A brutal finish, and what a win. What an arrival for Pejic.
We said that this was going to be a Style Council committee meeting. What a statement of technical ability. Ushiro Miwashigeri. He doesn't land the shot. He follows through Kyokushin style. Chases his man down. Up goes the high Miwashi. Boom! Fire in the hole, baby. Duck for cover. That was it. What an absolute finish there.
And what a killer instinct as well from Pejic. After having a little bit of a rough ride in the first round, neither guy able to find that opening, neither able to exploit the cracks in the defense. But that just shows you that when you have two high-level strikers, it can shift so quick. It went from first gear to fifth.
Well, I said Croatia is the home of some spectacular kickboxers. It's also the home of some, well, memorable MMA artists, no least Crow Cop. But look at that, technical ability, technical skill, that was right up there. That was business class.
That was first class.
Well, up goes the Croatian flag. And what a spectacular win. And you know, Wolański still being attended to by medics. He's all right, he's talking and making connection. They're just checking that he's all right. But such was the power of that high Miwashi right to the temple.
And Wolański was doing the right thing of cornering him and walking him down, cutting off space, not overstepping. Because when you allow that guy into the open, you can see the moves he can pull. I mean, it's straight out of a video game.
Well, this is what KSW is doing now. It's opening its ranks. So many international fighters, bringing so much of a difference to each bout. Grappling, submission, striking. We're really seeing high-level excitement here. You know, well, 48, the event of finishes. That's it.
Drodzy Państwo, walka skończyła się w drugiej rundzie po minucie i 56 sekundach.
Ladies and gentlemen, winner by TKO, Filip Nitro